This is problem number 29 from the January 2015 Algebra Regents exam. Fairly straightforward. We need to solve this equation. The first thing we want to do is just make sure everything's on the same side of the equation. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, and we'll end up with this. Now, because our x squared term has a coefficient of 4, we're going to look for two numbers that multiply together to give us the value of a times c, which is 4 times negative 7. That's 28. And we also want the same two numbers when added together to equal our b term, which is negative 12. And so, let's see, to get negative 28, we could multiply 7 and 4, but we can't get 12 from that. But 14 and 2. 14 and 2 could work as long as we have negative 14 and positive 2. Yeah, that works. And what we're going to do with those two numbers is we're going to rewrite our middle term. Instead of it being minus 12x, we're going to write minus, well actually let's write the plus 2 first. We'll do plus 2x minus 14x, and that minus 7 will still be there. Now with that done, we can kind of split this into two halves and factor both sides individually. With 4x squared and 2x, we can factor out a 2x, and we'd be left with 2x plus 1. And then with 14x and 7, we can factor out a 7. So we'll do minus 7, and we'd get 2x plus 1. And this is the ideal situation we want, because now both of these have a common factor of 2x plus 1 that we can take out, and we'd be left with 2x minus 7. Now that we're at this point, we can set both of these equal to 0, so 2x plus 1 equals 0, and 2x minus 7 equals 0, and then from there, solve for x. Here we would have 2x equals negative 1, which means x equals negative 1/2. And then over here, we'd have 2x equals positive 7, which means that x equals 7 over 2. And we're done. We've just solved the equation algebraically for x. By the way, if you had time on a test, you could totally use your graphing calculator to check your answer. If you graphed it, I don't know what it would look like, probably something along these lines, and you would hope that your x-intercepts are these two answers that you got. And yeah, that's all for this video. Hope it was helpful, and thanks for visiting JD's Regents Preparation.